Well, first of all, I adore horror movies. Ever since I was a little kid, I used to sneak out in my living room and set the VCR to record horror movies when we had HBO and that kind of stuff, and watch it when my parents weren't there. And so just to be part of a horror movie really just excited me. And being shot so fast. I mean, if you think about it, there's been a lot of horror movies made like in a matter of weeks. You know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, that was a really short shoot. And so to be put in that same spot, it was kind of exciting. It was fun. But to be honest, they were working with a pretty, not a large budget. I think they're working with like a $20,000-$30,000 budget, something like that. But they had a budget. I think Christian was working with, like a peanut butter budget. So it was fun. It was nice to see the behind the scenes process of using syrup instead of, the typical corn syrup, I guess, or the other blood that Hollywood uses. And what other gags would he use? Toilet paper, chocolate syrup. Of course, a couple weeks later, we had Siren Studio Effects come in to do some amazing things. So that was great to have somebody with, a little more of a budget to work with. And but it was still so cool to be in this really independent, low-budget movie. So when I put on the mask, it was cool because I really did feel like my childhood. It's weird to say I'm a childhood hero, but Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees. I grew up loving them, and it was cool that I can kind of be in the same genre or field of a serial killer. So as Carpenter, I tried to make sure I wouldn't blink, which I didn't tell Christian that. I should have told him that because he later put a shot in there with me blinking without me knowing about it. But I really did not want to blink. But when I think about it, I think that's more of a Michael Myers thing than anything else. Cause Jason Voorhees, he did blink, but I used a lot of Jason as reference. Most of what I did, I used Jason for what I was doing because I loved Ken Hodder, the stuntman who played Jason like 4 times, and I love Jason as a character, so try to use all that and make my own character of all the people that I loved. I think my favorite scene to shoot would have to be the final fight scene, I think, with Lydia, or I guess Sarah in the movie. It's really fun, and we talked about in the commentary how the wind was just really there, and it just really helped the atmosphere, and it really did. Like the wind would just stop when we needed to stop, and it would start when we needed to start. And just getting beat up, because I did all my own stunts in the movie, and got bruised from here to here. I was blue and brown and I don't know, yellow for at least 3 months. My wrist still hurts a little bit, but it was all worth it. It's fun. It's a really fun scene to shoot, I think, and getting hit with a beam over and over and over and over and over and over again. That was fun. So on November 18th, we had the Carpenter premiere, which is exciting. Is people all dressed up. We were at the Hamilton Players, where we shot a couple of the scenes. People dressed up, or most people did at least, and had a red carpet premiere. Had a little statue there of Carpenter behind the door that I smashed in, which that's another fun scene too, of the smashing down the door. But I do remember I was not upset at all, but the mannequin was shorter than I am, so that it didn't look right. He was way too short, and but it was cool to see the mannequin there with the Carpenter costume, people getting photo ops. And my one regret is that I didn't dress up as Carpenter to swap out the mannequin at the end of the premiere and scare people as they were walking out. For the upcoming release, we actually put in a couple of different scenes that weren't seen in the premiere. I know Christian added outtakes at the end of the movie, which is great because you really see our personalities and what I was going through as Carpenter and what Will was going through, and it was really funny to watch that. And we actually shot one other scene that you see in the very beginning of the movie of my character, the Doctor. You see a little bit more of him, which was a cool scene to shoot, and a good little airtime for the good old Doctor.